Hey besties! Welcome back to another episode of From Blended to Besties. Damn, I really struggle with the name all the time.
I'm pregnant for the time being, so.
Oh no. I don't know what episode this is.
Episode 3.
Okay. Episode 3.
Yes.
Do we start out? Do you want to start out with this one? Well, I have
I need a bestie. Sure.
Okay, we're going to start out with I Need a Bestie really quick. So it says, hey girls, I really need advice. My husband and his ex are going through a nasty custody battle.
Oof.
I have always done my best to be kind to his ex, but I feel like she's being nice to me just to get information on my husband. Ow!
Is she moving?
Yeah.
We have a special guest. Leilani Pascas has joined the podcast.
Just to get information on my husband to use against him later. Anyways, we were at my stepdaughter's sporting event last night. She went into detail about her and my husband's sex life when they were together to make me jealous, I'm assuming. I don't know what to do. She's nice to me, but I don't think it's genuine. What can I do? I really want us to be friends. I know I can't force it, but what else can I do? Thank you for reading this. So they're going through a nasty custody battle, but they still communicate, like at sporting events and stuff. So
she said friends. You don't have to be friends.
I mean, right now, I would be really cautious.
Yeah, cordial. And if you get the feeling, I mean, even if she's not, like if you get the feeling that she's trying to get info on your husband, I just wouldn't.
I'd be like, not my place to say, yeah, or I don't feel comfortable. I mean, definitely always say you don't feel comfortable. I don't know why it's so hard for people to say that, but like, I don't feel comfortable.
Just say, you know,
you're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, or just say, like, just be honest and just be like, hey, you know, I really enjoy our friendship and I just don't want to be in the middle, you know, like.
Yeah.
I don't want this to interfere with our friendship or, you know, I would talk to him about it or, you know, just do your best not to divulge any incriminating evidence.
Yeah, I think for the whole detail about like the sex life to make you feel uncomfortable, I think like maybe like a joke like, so glad y'all are not together then.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, cool.
You know what I would do? I would be like, ooh, that's awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'd be like, what a weird thing to say, or something like that. Like, make the other person feel uncomfortable. But that is kind of strange. Like,
yeah. Especially, I don't know how long it's been. If it's been like some time, I'd be like, is that still on your mind, or do you still like think about that? And just like turn it around to like make it seem awkward, or just be like, you know, well, you know, lucky you guys aren't together anymore.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like you don't have to worry about it if you think you need to bring something up, it's not your problem anymore. So.
Yeah, if you guys enjoy being friends and you said that you do, you know, want a friendship with her and she is very nice, I would just, whenever she tries to ask questions and stuff, I would just say, you know, like, I enjoy our friendship and just want to be kind of left out of it. You know, this is between you and him, and then like that. Because I know when Tiffany and I fight, not Tiffany and I, I was like, what?
Throw out the real team.
When I fight, you know, we try to, or at least I try to keep her out of it as much as possible. I do be telling her he's stupid though. And we get on my nerves.
Yeah, I think just setting boundaries, especially in the beginning, if you guys are so new, might help, and tell her like, hey, like these type of conversations are really weird. Like I'm not into these type of conversations. Can we maybe not do that and just like make her aware? Because maybe she's not aware, or maybe she's like, oh damn, I didn't know this girl was gonna stand up for herself, and like kind of like step back a little bit. But yeah.
Or I mean, on the flip side, maybe
don't go low.
Yeah. Maybe she thinks that if they do have like a friendly relationship that, you know, like girlfriends talk, you know, like maybe she's not really putting two and two together. She figured you guys are good enough friends to where, you know, she could be open like that. But if it makes you uncomfortable, like I think a lot of it would make a lot of us uncomfortable. It would just be like, set that boundary.
Set the boundaries, set expectations. Set it now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, if she's nice, you know, and you guys get along, I would definitely try to hold on to that. But again, like, your real friends and family and stuff is not going to get upset that you're setting a boundary. You know, they will respect it. So
And that would be, I mean, I know we did boundary episode, but that'd be a good, like, refreshing topic of boundaries again.
Yeah. And you know, it may change in the future. You guys may be more comfortable with each other and, you know, more friendly after the custody battle. But I know, you know, tension's high right now, especially between.
Yeah, and I'm sure the custody battle is gonna open some wounds that can make her petty.
Yeah, and just because again, I don't know the extent of y'all's friendship. Just remember, you know, I know, you know, you're in this position. It is hard to be friends with someone and then, you know, you're married to their ex. Just remember that you are her friend. So don't be sitting there talking shit with him about her because you are her friend at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be a friend too, but also. Anyway, that's my advice. Just be a good friend, and don't talk shit about her. But also, I would not divulge any information.
Yes. Set expectations.
Correct.
Expectations, boundaries, expectations.
Yes.
We did a video on social media, I guess it's called, a baby food video where Megan had surprise baby food items, or we didn't know what the baby food items were. We had to guess it. Mm-hmm. So many people on that video were telling me how I should not be feeding my baby that crap, how bad it is, how I need to be making my own baby food, how if we don't like it, of course the baby's not gonna like it. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know the baby has the same taste buds as me. But amongst like other videos that we see on social media all the time when it comes to like people choosing to pierce their baby's ears or not, and you just see all the mom shaming going around, and it's just like, I don't even know how to word it, but like,
it's so judgy. Like,
who are you? Like, if you don't want to raise your child that way, that's fine. Don't raise your child that way, but don't tell other people how to do it.
Correct.
Like, the amount of people who told me, like, it's not so hard to, like, make the baby food yourself or do this and do that. Like, I'm sorry, if I don't want to do it, I don't have to.
Yeah, you're not
a
coming over to my house at 6
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning to make my baby food.
For real. I don't get it. Like, even today, there was someone who commented on an influencer's profile. She was showing like a cute little video of her daughter, and she's mixed, so her hair was a little bit uncontrollable. You know, kids mess around and their hairs come out. And she was like, please learn how to do your baby's hair. So I commented, did the Monza take on the page. I'm like, oh, since when do other parents think they get to tell like what other parents should do to their child? Like, if she doesn't want to do her daughter's hair, or she didn't have time, she's 9 months pregnant, so maybe she was too tired.
Maybe just like, I mean, you see how Bryce is at the end of the day. Like, he looks unrecognizable from like dropping off. Like, maybe she just had like a crazy day.
Like, who cares?
Or just woke up from a nap or something.
I don't get it. Like, for you to tell people to do that, I would never see anyone else's kid and be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Trust me, I'm very big on like, don't do patterns in clothing. But when I see other kids or other people's kids do it,
girl,
I'm not gonna comment
like that. Okay, Bryce dresses himself.
I'd be like, put those correct clothing items on the baby.
No, literally today we were at soccer and I didn't, you know, like I told you, I was getting ready. I was frantic this morning preparing before my surgery tomorrow. So Travis does not give one single damn. Not one about what the kids wear ever.
Like how they show up.
Did you see what Bryce was wearing today?
He's wearing a
Halloween
Nightmare
shirt.
Before Christmas shirt.
For Halloween.
Army pants.
He's wearing gray.
Is it army pants?
Camo pants.
And Crocs.
Blue camo Crocs. And I made a joke. I was like, I like your outfit. He's like, yeah, I know. It's so cool, right? And I was like, yeah, Bryce.
No, see, stuff like that honestly gives me anxiety. Like, I like to not have patterns on patterns. It just drives me insane. But am I going to say anything to anyone else? Like, no. If it was like Bryce's week with me, that boy would not leave the house. Like, I don't want to tell you that right now.
Girl, he doesn't leave the house like that with me either. With his dad.
And sometimes, you know,
it's just a losing fight. I knew we were going to soccer. I knew we were going straight to your house after. He was going to be running around, girl. He's also dirty as hell, too.
Oh, I believe
He was
it.
running through the dirt.
He had stuff all over his arms and whatnot.
He was sweaty. He fell. He was running through dirt. You know, he wasn't wearing socks with those Crocs either, so them feet are black. The dogs are dirty.
I love that. And stinky.
So I was just like, there's days where I'm like, you're not wearing that would change.
Yeah.
And then there's some days where I'm just like, let your little...
your little heart run free.
Yeah, just wear whatever you want, express yourself. I love that. Stuff like it's so hard with boys. Like I don't know, just let them go.
It's like Michael with that damn poop shirt, which I'm so glad. I don't know where it went, but it's no longer.
Grew out of it.
I'm so glad. I never want to see the thing again. And I'm the one who bought it. Like I don't know what I thought. I thought it'd be like a cute little thing every now and then. It was the worst.
He was wearing it like every single day.
And it says Mondays.
Yeah.
Like out, never again. Either way, besides the point. You still don't judge other people's like kids. And I saw the piercing one. The piercing one got to me so much because so many people like we were talking about like the consent. They're like the baby doesn't consent, and I'm just like, no fucking shit.
I don't know a single.
The baby's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks old.
I've never met a single person in my life who had their ears pierced as a baby and was like, oh my god, I hate my mom for piercing my ears.
Neither have I. And it's a cultural thing for us. Like we do it like as soon as like you're out of the belly. We've done it, and honestly, like, I'm so glad we did it because I got to, like, grow up when, like, other girls didn't have, like, their ears pierced, and I already had it, and, like, I was just like, I'm not doing that. Like,
no, for real. I had my ears pierced. My mom pierced my ears when I was 3 months old, and it was great because when I got my second hole as an adult, they got infected. Because I was constantly messing with them. My hair was getting caught in them and all kinds of stuff. Like, my mom said my ears healed, like, super easy when I was 3 months old.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't messing with them. I ended up having long hair.
You had, well, yeah, you probably didn't have any hair.
I've seen your baby pictures. Rude bitch.
I had to throw that in. I remember I saw your pictures. But it was just insane. Like, the baby also didn't consent to, like, the umbilical cord being cut.
Yeah.
The baby didn't consent to being born. The baby doesn't
Circumcision.
consent to, like, so many things. Like,
yeah.
It's you as an adult doing the consent for the baby until they're old enough to consent themselves. Like, you have that right.
It's called being a parent. Like,
yeah. This whole consenting thing to stuff, I think, like...
There should be.
There should be, but, like, within
age appropriate. Which is everything in life should be age appropriate.
Like if your child says they don't consent to school, are you just not taking them to school?
Right.
Or if they consent that they don't feel like wearing clothes and they want to be naked for the rest of their life, is that something you're like, well, she said she doesn't want clothes touching her body and I have to respect her body. Like there's certain limitations that you have to like realistically understand that kids cannot. And like the ear piercing thing, like one, if it's not your kid, it's not your problem.
You know. Even like, do you remember that thing that was going around a couple of years ago? It was the diaper thing. Like, ask your baby for consent to change their diaper.
No.
You never saw that?
No.
Yeah, people were saying that you should
like
ask your
permission?
baby. Like maybe they're like newborn. You ask, like you say, just get in like the habit of asking. Like you'd be like, "Can I change your diaper?" And then you'd like pause and like. Of course, maybe you can't fucking speak, so you would do it anyway.
Yeah.
It's not really giving consent if you're doing it anyway.
But not just that, it's child abuse if you don't change your baby's
diaper.
diaper.
Your baby says, let's say they are speaking age, they're they know how to say yes or no. They're like 8-year-old, they're still in diaper. But if your baby's like no,
yeah,
the baby's like, because kids do. I used to remember changing Bryce, and I'd be like, come here, we change your diaper now, and I'd run all over the house. What if they say no? They get like a fucking diaper rash.
Yeah, like that just make things worse.
Correct. Like it's so weird. I don't know. This whole generation is just.
I never saw that. Never saw
to find it and send it to you.
I think it's stuff. I know people that do like a lot of the consenting, like if the child doesn't want to like hug or say hi to people.
Yeah,
that
I do agree with.
That makes sense. Like you're teaching them to like not be forced or uncomfortable to be touched if they don't want to. But like with the piercing thing, I think it's insane for you to expect at 3 weeks. I don't know how many weeks old. I mean, everyone pierces their babies at different ages, but to expect to consent and for you to care about like. Why do so many people speak on other people's fucking children? It's just beyond me. Like if you said like you didn't want to pierce your baby's ears, and I like was pro earpiece here, I'm not gonna be like, wow, you're such a horrible mom because you want to. I'll be like, oh, that's what you don't want to do. That's fine. That's your choice. Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it doesn't affect me. It's not my child.
Oh,
I just don't get why.
I definitely would. I already talked to Travis about it. If you were having a daughter, we would be getting her ears pierced. And you know what? If she was 4 or 5 years old and she didn't want her ears pierced anymore, we'd take them out and then she'd close them up. But I'd rather have it done and, them heal properly.
Yeah.
And have her have it done, and then they do close up. It's not a fucking tattoo.
Yeah, it's not a permanent thing, and it's like...
You prick your babies when you get them shots. Oh,
that's another.
Here we go. Not the vaccines.
But it's not like...
They give blood.
It's not a super, like, it's not like a procedure or like a surgery or something. It's like 2 little, piercing things that go in, and then it's done and it's over with and whatnot.
Tiny, like, again, like, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do, then don't do it. It's great.
I agree. And I did see people, like, their preferences, like, don't go to Claire's versus going to a tattoo shop. Like, that makes sense with the sanitary reasons, but then again, if the mother can only go to Claire's and that's where she wants to go, like, it's her fucking baby.
That's where I got my second whole pierce was Claire's. They're definitely crooked, though.
Really? That's funny. It's her choice, her consequences that she'll deal with. Like, I just don't get why people have to, like, make comments on it. And I just don't get, like, just sit there and be like, I'm gonna tell her how I feel. Like, why are so many moms do that? And you're the same moms that are like, I don't have anyone to, like, relate to or talk to. Well, no, because you're judgy as hell. I don't want to talk to you either.
Not everyone needs to hear your opinion. Like, you can keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be spoken out loud. And that's, like, the problem with so many people this year. I have the right to say something, so I'm going to say something. It's like, but you don't have to, though.
No,
exactly.
You
have the right, and that's lovely, but, like, you really don't have to.
And, like, who wants to be friends with that? Like, I would love, mom friends to, like have, like, differences and similarities and stuff like that. But, like, if you have something that I don't agree with, like, when it comes to the kids and stuff like that, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to change your mind and keep this friendship going, but force her and make her feel bad and all these things. Like,
that's, like, even, like, I know we do, social media, we're putting ourselves out there, and that's what everyone says, like, oh, like, you're the one putting yourself out there, whatever. But, like, on videos where I'm asking for your opinion, those ones I don't get upset. I'm not, fighting you in the comments or whatever. If I'm like, hey, help me pick an outfit, and one's like, oh my god, you look at Hooker and all those outfits. Cool, thank you for your opinion. That's what I was wondering. Like, cool. Or like, this one makes you look ugly. This one makes you look fat. This one looks cheap. This one, fine. That's great. I was asking for opinions. But if I'm like running to the store and everyone's like, you look like shit. Why did you wear? Like, I didn't ask that.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't asking for your opinion. Like.
That's how I feel with
some
of the blended families photos. Some of the blended family videos when people are like, I would never do that, and I'm like, we didn't say you should do that. Like, this is our life and our version of what we do. Nor did I tell you, or is it in the captions, do exactly what we do. I don't give a shit how you live your life. Like,
I really don't.
Our channel is about how we live our life. Like, it's how we do our stuff. If I did anything differently, we would be inauthentic. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
It's so annoying.
So, I just love that. Just seeing all those things, and I'm like, so many judgy people, and I scroll through the comments, and I'm like, I can't stand people, and these are the reasons why I'm just home alone with no one ever.
No, for real. Like, we said something, I can't remember what it was, but like you and I, we do have different opinions on certain things, and some things, if I actually care, I'll be like, hey, like, what do you think about this? And if you're like, oh my god, that's so ugly, I will be like, whatever. But there's certain things that you send me, and I'm like, I'll be like, that's cute for you, or something like not for me, but I'm not like, oh, I would never wear that. If it's like, you sent me a onesie.
I know, it was the makeup one.
Yeah.
I really thought.
But you asked me, you said, is this cute?
No, I know. And I really, for the life of me, in my head, I was like, Megan's gonna just come back and be like, oh my god, I love it. If you don't buy it, I will, type of thing. And then you were like, I don't know about that.
I know, but you asked. She asked. And I was just like, it was cute minus the hair dryers.
Yeah.
It was giving hairdresser.
No.
And I'm like, I have a vendetta against that. My mother was a hairdresser.
I really did think it was so cute and girly.
It was cute minus that. But if you would have just sent it to me and been like, look what I got, I would have been like, oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Or oh my god, she's gonna look cute in anything. So
yeah.
I would have given my opinion because she didn't fucking ask.
No, for real. I don't get it. And even like us seeing other people's stuff, like, we've seen stuff that we were like, that's a little questionable in the parenting thing. But
yeah, like, we'll send it to each other, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah, like, it's your child, you do you. Am I a little concerned, or is that something I wouldn't do? Like, yes.
It's not harming the children.
Exactly.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, if it's an outfit, then I'm like, telling Megan, like, if I see these boys ever dressing in the same thing, I swear to God. But I'm not going to write it on there. No, you may think it's the cutest outfit ever, and like, who am I to tell you that it's ugly?
Exactly. And what makes the world a beautiful place is the fact that everyone's different, everyone's got their own sense of style, and I appreciate it for what it is. Like, let's just embrace being different. We're not all the same, and the world would be horrible and boring if we were. Stop trying to make us all the same by making us all think the way that you fucking think.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that.
I love a different opinion. Many times, like, I thought a certain way, and then I talked to someone about it, and I'm like, oh, I never thought about it like that. And then, you either appreciate it, you're like, oh, I get why you feel that way, and that's great. I love that for you. Not going to change my mind.
Yeah.
But I can see your side now. And that's
to have an
wonderful.
open mind, but it doesn't have to change your opinion, but you can definitely, it's not going to hurt you to see all different viewpoints. I mean, some people act like it does, but
no,
it's not going to hurt you. You can learn new information and choose to change your ways or choose to stay exactly as you are. But yeah, this whole like mom shaming each other, like and it's because the shit isn't hard enough. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, really? Show me your perfect mom like award of why like your way is the only right way.
Like we get, obviously roasted on social media all the time by men. It's fine. I expect it from men because men are stupid and it's fine. They really are though.
What is that song? Men are dumb. Oh no, never mind.
That was women.
It is women. I'm sorry. You right.
Or whatever. Think about that song though.
That's so embarrassing.
Shimmy your genitals. But anyway,
I hate myself sometimes.
That's a great song though. It's funny. Me and my brother love that song. But anyway, so we get roasted all the time by men, and it's fine. I expect nothing less. To be honest, like men are just dumb. Like they can't help it. They have to say something because they're stupid. But it hurts when not only it's a woman, like we get little teenage girls on there, whatever, and that's fine. They're babies, so I don't really care. When I see another mom say something rude or nasty to us, I'm like, you were out here in the trenches with us in this parenthood thing, and you're gonna shame me when I'm out here like doing what I think is best for my we should be in this together.
Yeah.
You know what I saw? I saw on TikTok. I must have get left. Okay. I saw this TikTok and I was dying. It was a mom and listen, this is probably I should preface this.
I'm scared.
Not the best thing, and I'm not encouraging this. But it was a TikTok, and it said when I see a mom stealing formula from the grocery store, and it was some transition, and she was basically saying, and they're like, I see nothing. Basically, like, girl, you do you
what you got,
because it's not like she's stealing jewelry. She's stealing formula for a baby. Like we're all in this together. I saw nothing.
Well, it's just like the same TikToks when you see the mom say, it's like when I see another mom and they're like kids on the floor, they're in a chain shop and they do a little Mockingjay thing. Like, I see you from the other side. You girl.
Like, we should be supporting each other. We are all in this together, girl. And as different as we are, we know it's all the same. All of our kids have those moments.
Yeah.
And we should be supporting each other. But no, we're attacking it pisses me off so much when this is what pisses me off the most on social media. It's when a man says something stupid, right? And a woman or a mother comments underneath and agrees with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does look like a fucking whore.
And you're just supporting the other side, man.
I know.
But you're also the same one.
Like sucking up to the man, and I'm like, really?
That gets me every single time.
That sounds so bad.
And it's the same women who are like, it doesn't matter what a girl's wear, like she shouldn't be like touched or anything like that.
I know.
It's like, but you're also body shaming a woman. It shouldn't matter what a girl's wear.
Every single time when I see it, I'll go and look on the woman's profile, and it's always Jesus. She's always for Jesus. Or then I'll just comment on her thing, and I'll be like, what happened to Sister's Gotta Stick Together? And I'll quote one of her pictures that she's reshared.
I was gonna say, every single time they post their fucking quotes about positive or we need to stick together.
Stop body shaming or whatever.
Lift each other up, or mom is being a mom is such a hard life, but we got this. And be like, clearly we don't got this when you're fucking tearing down other women who are struggling.
And agreeing with the enemy, men.
No. I love going on their profiles. I'm like, you a hypocrite. And screenshot it and be like, it seems like you don't feel that way.
Yeah.
It's even better when they say something and they have their little positive details in their bio. It's like, don't judge me, I'm not perfect. And I'm like, I'm ready, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm throwing the sandal from here, I swear.
Don't judge me, I'm not perfect, and you have the audacity to do stones.
Girl, I'll never forget it when I said y'all in a video and some lady went off because I said y'all, and she goes on there in her bio, she was basically saying how talking in slang is makes you look poor, you're unprofessional, whatever. And in her bio, and she was like, you know, you speak proper or whatever. Like, you would make more money on social media if you guys spoke, you know, professional, whatever. And in her bio it says soul sisters. I was like, ma'am, that's not how you spell sister.
Yeah, that one had me dying when I saw that as well. Also, I love that I didn't realize on social media we had to be professional.
I don't like. I don't think you realize what our thing is we're not trying to be professional. Like, our whole brand is us.
Yeah.
If I want to speak and say y'all, if I wanted to switch up my accent every single day because that was on brand for me, I mean, that's on brand for me. Like, you guys are following us because of us, not because of.
Like, we also don't dress professional. Actually, in one of the videos that I did, I had to talk about. I'm like, I was in these same clothes yesterday. And I was like, oh no.
That's but the way it is though. Like, Tiffany and we'll be texting each other. We're like, well, don't judge. It's always starts with, don't judge me. I've been wearing these clothes for 3 days.
So I thought it was so funny because it's like, we're not professional. I don't know why, you know, we're not anything legal. We're not wearing business suits. Like, why do you care with how we speak? And then when she was saying like how it was a Southern thing or something, and I just wanted to be like, I'm also from Jersey, and I say y'all all the time.
I know, she was like, up here, you know, she was saying that, like, basically it made me sound like a hillbilly, more
like
or less
trashy,
words, like trashy. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And like, my whole family, well, my mom's side of the family is from like South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, like all of that. Like, I literally grew up saying y'all.
Yeah.
I always say y'all. My whole entire family, you know, say y'all. They got Southern accents. Like, it's the way I was raised. I'm so sorry. And then my dad's side of the family grew up in like northern Florida, which even up there they say y'all. In Florida we say y'all. Like, it's the way I grew up speaking.
I know.
I'm so sorry. Like, it's what makes me me.
She's gonna be real surprised if she finds out that I make up words.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't get it.
Yeah. And that kind of woman is the first woman to complain about not having any friends or perfect friends or whatever.
Yep, I don't get it. But I thought it was really funny. And just these are the same people that I see in groups. Because I joined so many mom groups when we started Moms Tampa, and then a little more when I found out that I was pregnant, just to see like how other moms are. It's scary.
No, they're so judgy, and it makes you so scared to
mean. I'm just like, no wonder. So many like women talk about like needing a village. Like, I'm so glad, you know, find a village, get divorced, and do this. We have an easier chance of creating our village than these freaking groups. Like, the moms are mean. The mom have like expectations in their friendships that I think is very like weird. Like, when I saw like some moms were looking for friends and they were like, I don't drink and I don't do this and stuff like that. I'm like, are you telling me like you don't also want me to do that?
Yeah.
Or like
are you saying that you don't want to be around someone? It's not a dating profile.
Exactly.
Like, we're not getting married. Like if you don't drink and we're gonna go to lunch or whatever, and you don't
fucking drink.
Yeah, then don't drink. Like, either one, I can have a glass of wine, or two, I just won't drink when I'm hanging out with you. That doesn't mean like I should be.
Don't judge me for it. Yeah. So I just seeing like how they like talk to each other. They're like, why is it so hard to like find someone? They try to do like these play date things, and I'm just like,
and why do you want to be friends with someone who's like exactly like you? That's so weird to me.
I guess maybe like common interests.
You can have common interests with somebody without being exactly like them.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to be around someone who's exactly like me. Like, I like being around people who do different things. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I don't know how to work on cars, and you do. Like, what happens if we're both out somewhere and I only want to be friends with someone who doesn't know how to work on cars, and we're both
all those people.
And so many times, like, this is such a weird example, but like, you know, wines and stuff. Like, I wasn't like a huge wine person, but you were. And you got me into it. But if I was like, oh, I only hang out with people who drink beer, I would have never opened my mind to different kinds of wines. And even then, like, you know, we went on a whole wine journey together. And I was only able to drink sweet wine. And then, like, you know, look at us now. It's evolved, you know?
I never get it. Like, even when it comes to, like, specifically those two topics, because I do see that the most of the, either whether you're, like, a drinker or if you, like smoke weed, because, you know, there's a lot of moms who smoke weed. Like, I don't smoke weed, but, like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I can't be friends with you if you're a weed smoker. Like, if that's what you need to do because you're stressed out, like,
yeah, for real.
kudos to you.
No, I love that. Like, I don't give a damn.
I mean, unless you're, like, doing it 24/7, like, you're outside, like, inside, that's all you're doing.
So what would you say would you be? Like, what are your, like, mom criteria. Like me, what's important to me when making a mom friend is, one, that they're not judgy, and two, you don't bring your kids around my kids when your kids are sick.
Yes, that's the biggest
If
one.
you do that, we are no longer friends. If your kids are knowingly sick, or you're sick and you're coming around here, is a no for me.
No, I
Like, you should
agree.
definitely ask. We do that all the time. If a girlfriend of ours, we went to Disney with a while ago, and I had a stuffy nose, and I was like, hey, heads up, give them
ask
them
her
the
to
chance.
see if it was okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, just want to let you know, like, I have a stuffy nose, like, how do you don't feel comfortable coming anymore, it's fine. You know? I just want to give you the heads up. Oh, and then she let her make the choice. Oh, no, it's fine. Cool, but at least I gave them the heads up. So if they end up with pneumonia, at least I gave them the option,
No, for real. No, definitely something like that.
Like, that's what matters to me, not if you fucking drink or smoke weed. Like,
I know. And especially when those are things are like stress relieving things. Like, it's not like I do this every day, all day. It's like my work thing. Like, those are stress relieving things, and if that's what you need to cope, like, whether it's you take Xanax or you smoke weed or drink wine, you do you. I don't care. Like,
no, for real.
At least you're just crying.
And also, you have to discipline your kids.
That one too. Like, I don't expect
like
perfect kids, but
neither do I. Kids are gonna be kids, but also, like, I don't want your kids coming over to my house and acting like a damn fool, like breaking stuff, which I've had that happen. Yeah. And you just don't do anything, and my kids are looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? This kid's hitting me, like, this kid's doing all this, and the parent's not doing anything. Like, get your kids under control. It's not my job to parent your kids.
No, I agree. Even like with the gentle parenting, don't care if you're a gentle parent or like
however,
God damn it, Trisha, get over here. Like,
I don't
if you're
care.
a screamer, don't care. Gentle parenting,
do not care. How you discipline your kids, just make sure
you're at least watching your kids. Yeah, exactly. Don't take
that's why we're friends. Like, honestly,
or we're both yelling the same things.
I know. We're a mixture of both. I feel like depends on how I feel that day. How much sleep I got the night before. Yeah,
try not to be like so judgy about things, and I know that every mom's gonna be different, and I know we're all going through different things, but just like I don't ever want to be around a mom and then I feel like just as tired or more tired. Like, I think the whole point of mom friends and having the village is to like have a little bit of stress off of your shoulder, not more. Like, that's the last thing I need to come home to and be like, God damn, this play date was fucking horrible.
No, exactly.
So,
or I need a nap from my play date.
Yeah.
To be mentally exhausting, it's supposed to be the opposite.
It's supposed to be like fun, relief, a little bit of like, okay, we're all going through motherhood together. We have someone who finally understands or can at least relate. I know I'm so scared of like if people start asking me for play dates and I'm just like,
you're not gonna have play dates for a while, but
I don't know if I'll ever do play dates. I'm so nervous. I'm like, you want to do play date? Just me, you, and the baby.
Yep, that's fine. I'm already buying her toys, so.
She posted controversial ways I'm raising my daughter as a young first-time mom, which I thought she had 2 kids, but that's besides the point. Because she said something about son. The thing that she said is that she's not going to allow her daughter to have sleepovers, period. No sleepovers. And then she said she also will not be letting her daughter be alone with any male family members, grandpas, uncles, cousins, I guess. I'm trying to think. And people like roasted her, called her a horrible mom for 2 different reasons. They said that she was developing, ruining basically her child's childhood by not allowing sleepovers. And then secondly, saying
like I didn't watch the TikTok, so I don't know.
Something about like if you don't let your child do that your child's gonna rebel and like speak out and like wanna. It made it seem like they were acting like the child couldn't have friends. Like, there's a difference between hanging out with friends and sleeping over. Which like so many people had different opinions on that. But the biggest one was like the family member too. They were like, how dare you not let your child create a bond with specific genders of your family members? Like, that's your family. Like, why would you do that? And I was like, oh, hell no.
Hell no.
First of all, sleepovers are not going to hurt your child's childhood if they don't have it. I got to do everything and anything that I ever wanted to do growing up, and I never had sleepovers.
I think I had like a handful, but it was only with like my friend Hannah.
But you were older, right?
Yeah, and I was older.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I had sleepovers with like Corinne, but I was a teenager. Like I think that's different. You're old enough to speak your mind if something happens.
No, we are I've had this conversation with Travis a million times. I'm very, very anti sleepover.
I never like, what do you miss out on from sleepovers?
Nothing. I'll let you stay till 11, midnight.
Yeah.
However late the party's going, I will come pick you up after. I will bring you back in the morning if they're doing breakfast in the morning. There's literally no reason to stay.
I don't see. They're not missing out.
You're supposed to be sleeping, so just come sleep at home.
Yeah, exactly. You want them up all night? I don't know. I feel like that's what you do as a teenager. Like, you stay up all night, you put makeup on, you talk about boys, like, but like as young children, I just don't see like why it's needed. I don't.
Just convenience, I guess. I mean, they want. I don't know. I'm very, very, very anti sleepover, so I don't really see the positives for it. I don't see why it's needed, so I can't really. I really try. I don't know if you guys can pick up on this vibe in the podcast, but I really do, really try my best to see both sides, like the positive and negatives of both sides of any situation. But sleepovers is one of them that I just am very much on the left side.
Yeah. Just to play devil's advocate, I'm also not for sleepovers. Like I said, I never had sleepovers as a young kid. I only had it like as a teenager. And when I say as a teenager, like, I was old enough to drive myself to Corinne's house.
No,
like,
literally.
If there was an uncomfortable situation, I could drive myself out. So yeah, see, like the people are saying no sleepovers is crazy. No sleepovers are wild. No sleepovers means limited socialization imposed by the mom, which can stunt a child, which I think is ridiculous.
They literally socialize at school. They can socialize in after-school activities.
You can hang out with your friends the whole entire fucking day.
Yeah, you can go to the movies. You can get together with the other parents. Like, yeah, I don't buy that. Even like sleepovers at our house. Like, you know, nothing's gonna happen at my house. But even like I was talking to Travis about that. I was like, last thing I need is for that kid to go home and say something happened that didn't.
Yeah.
They're going to believe the kid, obviously. Even though I know nothing happened and Travis knows nothing happened, like, I do not want that to happen.
Yeah, some people are saying, like, no sleepovers is wild. I would hate my mom if she never let me. She won't ever be allowed to have sleepovers with her friends. No judgment, but those are some of my best childhood memories. I'll only allow sleepovers if it's at my house.
Exactly. But I don't even trust that either.
No, I also like it. I feel like I would do sleepovers. I mean,
but that's not fair also. Like, if, oh, well, they can come to my house, but they can't go to your house. Like, imagine, like, if your friend, if I was like that, you know, I was like, hey, your daughter can come to my house, but I don't want my kids going to your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
see,
that's not fair.
That's where we get, like, well, in our circumstance, I wouldn't call it sleepovers. Like, that would...
I'm just saying, like, if we were friends.
No, I know, yeah. I don't think I would do friends like other people's kids. One, I don't want to discipline other people's kids. I don't know,
exactly.
Like, if they're, like, you're going to be like, she beat me, and I'm like, I told you no. Like, you know?
Don't even get me started, girl. I volunteered on a field trip, a 7th grade field trip the other day. Never again. But that's a whole other thing. I was never wanted to beat someone else's kids so bad in my life. Those were the most disrespectful kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if it was, like, a friend or anything. I think if it was a close family member, like, someone where I saw them all the time or we were together all the time, if they're like, kid wanting to stay the night, I think I would like allow that if they asked. I don't know if I would still say it the other way because of my own personal like experiences and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think that sleepovers are necessary. Like,
how does Mike feel about sleepovers? Have you guys had that talk?
I don't think we really have. Yeah, I don't think we ever talked about sleepovers.
Yeah, Travis thinks I'm being over whatever. He's like, I used to sleep over all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's great.
Did they? I didn't know if like bros do that. Okay.
Yeah, all the time when he growing up, like constantly.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, but no.
Well, I feel like if I talked to him, like he would understand why like I had the different.
Well, yeah, we all know that,
but I don't see why it's necessary. Like, I don't think like nighttime really changes anything for a kid. Like movie nights, you can still do movie nights and go home the same night.
Exactly.
Half the time the kid passes out, call the parent, that's it, just take them home. He slept over for an hour.
Exactly.
Goodbye.
I do not see the need for it.
So
I will pick you up whenever. I do not need to spend the night.
And it's even terrifying because there are some people who are saying like all the things that had happened to them at sleepovers. So like it's not like for people to be crazy to say that. Hold on. Hey, my mom, I do sleepovers. So yeah, a lot of people hate the sleepovers. But then the family aspect of it. I don't know how many comments did they get? 6,000 comments. How so many people can be so angry that this woman said, how dare you take a relationship away from a child based on the gender, where the male family members can't spend time alone with the daughter or whatever.
First of all, why do they have to be alone? Like, why is that such a big deal? Like, I need time alone with your kid. Like,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think, like, so I was, like, thinking to it, like, myself.
It's not like you're saying you can't be around my kid. It's just like, hey, you know, I don't know. Hey, what were you going to say?
I think, like, let's say for, like your dad. Like, if your dad was alone with, like, the boys. Like, I think for really small, especially, like, with the girl and stuff like that, like, I don't care if it's my own dad, your dad, or anyone. I just don't want to do it. Like, I just rather wait till the baby can speak, say stuff, talk. It just would make me feel more comfortable. And it doesn't matter if you're family. I don't know why people think family, like, automatically means, like, these people are safe.
Girl, that's a whole nother thing. People think that just because you guys share blood, you are entitled to literally everything. And I have never been like that. Like, I have the complete opposite.
As soon as I saw that, I immediately, like, went to Google and was, like, researching all these things. All these, like, statistics on the, like, child protective services and stuff like that. And, like, you get hurt by people you know. Obviously you can get hurt by strangers. But, like, the majority. Yes, the majority
people in your family
of things that have happened to children, whether it's kidnapping, inappropriate stuff, abuse, is from someone they knew and trusted. Like a friend, an acquaintance, a family member. So no. And not just the whole gender thing when she said with the male thing, like females too, like if you get a wrong vibe from any type of family member, like you're not gonna be alone with the baby. And when she said that, I was like, if you can't trust someone alone with your child, that child's not going to be around, like, with a full audience either. Like, if there's a red flag, that person needs to be gone. I just don't get how so many people are like, oh.
Well, I was there too.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, there was other people there.
He wasn't alone. I was there too.
I cannot.
My mom, one of the reasons I don't talk to my mom, and this is getting a little personal, but we're here to talk, so my mom's dad is a not good person. He should not be alone with children. And my mom used to, whenever he was in town, he lived in South Carolina, she would bring him around Michael, even though I specifically told her not to.
Yeah.
And
like if she never, could be a buffer or something.
Yeah,
like that.
So Michael was never alone with him, to my knowledge. But yeah, she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to lunch with my dad, and she would take Michael. And I was at work.
Yeah.
So and she was watching him for me.
And not say anything.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know that he's not a good person.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Like, he's my dad.
That doesn't matter.
Girl, that's a whole nother, whatever. Let you guys connect the dots there. But yeah, that was her thing the whole time. Oh, he's my dad. And it's like, Mom? Ma'am?
I know.
Like,
that dumbfounds me. I had a similar situation with a family member. And what surprises me is, like, you would think when family finds out this type of person is in your circle, you would think they would shun them, kick them out, you know. Absolutely not. Like, this person does not, like, if it was a stranger, you'd be like, go to jail, go to prison.
We're the same.
Yeah, exactly. But instead, some people in my family were like, well, we'll just, keep more eyes out. We'll just make sure that more things are done in, like, public places. And I'm like, that's your solution? Like, that's what you think is gonna prevent? Like, yes, it prevents the physical aspect of it, I'm sure. You don't think thoughts are there or, like, mental images, like,
One of the last times I saw my mom's dad was when I was 16. I'll never fucking forget. I was 16 years old. And, we all knew he was creepy. We all knew whatever. My mom knew exactly what he was, okay? He went to prison for it. Let's just say that. And, I have a photo of me sitting on his lap in prison when I was
Really?
like 2 years old. But that's besides the point. Anyway, this is whatever. He looked at me dead in the eyes. He used to come to Clearwater all the time, and he looked at me dead in the eyes, and he was like, "I can't wait to see you in a bikini."
I can't.
This is my grandpa, guys. I was 16 years old.
It's
So I went to my mom and I started crying and I was like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And I told my stepdad what he said and I was like, I do not want to. And I told her, I was like, I don't want to be around him. Like, I don't like him. It makes me uncomfortable. She still made me go to dinner and we stayed.
Really?
And like, it's things like this that looking back now that I'm a parent, I'm just like, how could you?
Yeah.
You know, like, there's a million things looking back now, you know, that it's just unacceptable. You know, you were my parent.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, that's a
But
whole
it
thing.
definitely does open your eyes though, because I know with the situation, like with me, like things were divided where it technically, like, not that I wouldn't say it destroyed the family, but it definitely messed up the original dynamic that we had. Like, it was just never the same again. And there was just some people who just like knew like okay is not okay type of thing, and the other people who were like the excuses, like but he's getting older,
Right?
He's gonna like die.
That's
soon.
what my mom
like,
would say too.
Who gets up? Or they're like,
I know.
but like, why wasn't anything said before? Like, are you sure? And I hated that. Are you sure? It's like, are you sure? Like, it's not misinterpreted. Like it could have been differently, and I'm just like, you're making excuses. Like, you're making excuses right now. Like, and you just can see, like, even growing up as an adult now, I remember who took what sides and just to see it, and it's just like, how would you have acted if you were in the position? And I know it would have been different, like completely different. And like this whole forgiveness thing, because he's family, it just like
absolutely not
drove me insane. Like, fuck family.
I do not have alliance to any family. I really do not. Like, I do not care. You could be my sibling. I do not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
or the whole like, you can forgive, like learn to forgive. Like,
no, some things don't.
You don't have to.
forgiven.
Yeah, you don't have to forgive.
You really don't. Like, it's crazy. Like, you really don't.
I know.
It's great. Yeah. No.
It just amazes
And
me.
when he died, my mom called me and she was crying. And she was
like, you have to be a support person.
Died. And you know what I said? I'm glad. I was like, finally, I'm so glad he died.
Yeah.
And am I fucked up? Probably. But again, like, you put my son in compromising situations. You put me and my siblings in compromising situations. Like, knowing. Like, you knew.
Yeah.
You knew.
No,
And
I completely agree.
like, what kind of mother does that? I'm so sad. Like, I just... Absolutely not. I could just go on and I'm really holding back, but...
No, definitely. That's definitely a hot topic that even I just feel so strongly about. So, like, seeing that girl saying the same thing, like, and then, like, with me, like, having a daughter, I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I don't care.
It's literally your job to protect her.
No, for real.
And you never know. I mean, you think you know somebody, but 90% of these people, like, they would have never thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Except for my mother, because she knew. But, you know what I mean?
And it's up to you as a parent. So, like, I would rather, I mean, you and I have said this, God, till we're, like, blue in the face, I feel like, at this point. Like, I would rather prevent something than have to, like, pick up the pieces and deal with the consequences. Like, I get that we're called overbearing, or we're, like, uptight, or we're, like, up these kids' asses, but, like, there's a freaking reason.
Why give them the chance to have trauma? Just spare them, you know? Like, let them experience all these crazy things later in life, you know, when, you know, oh, you don't let your kids do this, oh, you're so uptight, whatever. They have their whole lives to do that. I only have a small amount of time to keep them protected and not give them childhood trauma, so I'm going to do that.
And I'd freaking rather be overbearing and not have to deal with anything and be like, you know, oh, well, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, than not be, and then be like, damn, I really wish,
exactly.
you know, or I had a feeling and I should have gone with it. Like, absolutely not. Like,
you don't think tell me, sister. I already know I've stood on that milk box for soapbox.
I don't know, milk box.
Soapbox.
I don't know. I say all the time, I don't care if I'm called crazy. I don't care if I'm called like overprotective or just like hovering too much. Like, if all the weight's on me and there's like nothing on them like to like deal with, like, I'd rather deal with that than to again, deal with the freaking consequences or pick the messes or.
Because God forbid something does happen, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna feel like the biggest piece of shit in the entire
Yeah.
world.
Especially if you're second guessing
I should've
yourself.
done better.
Yeah. So it's like, nope, let me be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the time if I'm crazy, like, or if I feel like I'm being strict, like, it's for a fucking reason. I'm not making shit
And I'm not doing it just to make your life miserable.
Yeah.
It's to protect you. It's literally my job.
No, for freaking real. I feel like we literally talk about this like every single month.
I know. No, because I mean, like, sometimes, you know, especially with our husbands, because our husbands, I feel like, are the complete opposite. It's, you know,
Yeah.
let them be kids, whatever.
They're like, if they fall, like, just let them get up and stuff like that. And it's just
I understand that to an extent. But, you know, sometimes it does make me feel like, and, you know, like, I do always try to check in. Like I said, I do try to see both sides. And it's like, am I being crazy? Am I being overprotective? Am I being whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So I do check in. Like, you know, I check in with Tiffany, like, hey, what do you think about this, whatever? And I take... Girl, I really should be asking somebody else. I know you and I think alike, so I know you're gonna agree with me.
You come out even stronger and be like, I knew it!
And I doubled.
It's not just me, it's Tiffany too.
That's why Travis is just like, I don't care.
We're like a little transformer, just make it a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
No, for real though. I just, even with like stupid small little things, like with like the cups and the kids having cups in certain areas, and Mike's like, you have to learn to like trust them that they won't spill it. And I was like, do I look like I want to fucking clean up a mess now? No. So it's not going to be here because it's 100% chance it won't get spilled if it's somewhere else.
Well, I was going to say that they spill it. It's every single time.
And then guess what? You're going down with them.
Yeah, for now you all are going to get in trouble.
For real. Just let me be. Because I know that I'm the one who has to deal with this stuff at the end of the day. And just like, I don't want to. So I might be crazy, but let me be crazy.
Yeah, especially, yeah, like you said, especially if we're the ones who, at the end of the day, like, it's us with the kids all day.
Yeah.
It's us who are going to have to take it to the ER. It's us that's going to have to, you know, clean up freaking red Gatorade.
Yeah. And that's exactly. Because they put too much fucking meal in their drinks all the time. It's like 1 or 2 squirts, not the whole bottle.
I know. Or, like, when we do family photos and Bryce has to drink red Gatorade, I'm like, don't do it. It's going to stain his lips. It's going to stain his teeth. It won't come off. We've got red.
I love it.
Getting on my last nerves. They just don't listen. Like, they really don't.
No, and I even tell, like, I'll speak to Mike and I'm like, I do, like, have a little bit of, like, what is it called? Like, there's reasoning as to, like, what I do. Like, you know, we are with the kids almost 24/7 to the point that, like, I know you say, like, trust and establishing stuff, and I'm just like, you don't know these kids.
I know.
That trust ain't there.
You know, when Mike says that all the time, he's like, we need to trust him. We need to give him a little more responsibility. And I'm like, no, we don't. You don't know this kid. Like, I know this kid. He cannot even handle, like, it's a battle I feel like we have with Mike, like, and Travis too now, like, every month.
I know.
With something new. And I'm
like, I know they're getting older and stuff, but I think we just know them so well that it's like...
They're getting older, but they're not getting any responsible. I try to give them responsibility.
I don't trust the adults sometimes.
I know.
Charles and Mike doing stuff and going, are y'all old enough to be doing this?
For real, though. For real. Like, Michael getting new glasses, and he was like, if you buy me the... I'm like, your glasses were literally on the floor yesterday.
Yeah. I've seen him sit on his glasses. I'm like, don't! Like, you're asking me.
He wanted me to buy him a new MP3 player because I got him for Valentine's Day. I got him, like, wireless. They're like $7 from Walmart, like earplugs, and they won't work with his MP3 player because this MP3 player is a cheap one because, you know, he loses it. And he's like, can you buy me one? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, you have the money. First of all, he has $120. He can buy himself an MP3 player. That's besides the point. I'm like, no, like, I'm not buying you one. Girl, his phone was lost somewhere on the couch. His MP3 player was lost somewhere, couldn't find it, and I'm like, but I'm supposed to buy you another one?
It's also like when you were telling me about that cute little contraption that Travis made for Christmas, and that he was going to ask Mike to see if it was a good idea. And I'm like, you guys both focus on fun more than safety. It should not be the blind asking the blind if this is a great idea.
That's probably how they feel about us. We shouldn't be asking crazy to ask crazy if.
But I just feel like if you can't get one mother's approval, it's a no. You just need one.
I know.
Get one mom to think that it's a great idea. Do not ask the other fucking father who's gonna be like, this is cool.
I know.
Like, no.
No, that's a whole
one mom. Because as soon as you told me and you were like, he thinks this is great, and then you showed me it, and I'm like, what?
He knew it was a bad idea, and I was like, let me take a video. Let me send it to Tiffany. Let me post this on the internet and see what the internet thinks. He was pissed.
I know, and then when he called Mike and asked to bring it over, and I'm like, don't even dare! fire. I'm like, I will beat the both of you with the damn thing if you freaking try to bring it over here.
If you guys want to know what it is, I'll tell you in the next episode.
Oh my god. It is. Don't show your husbands because they will think it's probably cool and want to build one. It is not. It is not that cool.
Yeah, how many times they've used those things since Christmas? Twice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. So.
I'm terrifying. I can't with these men.
I know. They be getting on my nerves. I swear.
So yeah, so that's all we got for this episode. If you guys need a, what is it? I need a bestie. I'm so sorry. Oh, my best friend? What? If you need a bestie, email us at from blended to besties @gmail.com. We answer any of your advice, no matter what it is, as besties anonymously.
Yes, it doesn't. Someone asked if it had to be blended advice, and it does not. It could be any advice, coworker advice, love advice, anything.
Yeah, it's basically if you just need a girlfriend, you need a friend to tell you her thoughts, and you have no one else.
Especially a crazy friend, because we're really good at that.
Use us, and we will help you out in the best way that we can.
Yep. So we will see you in the next one.
Yes. Bye.